If you're wondering how do I create an object in Java, this is the video for you. So what we're going to do is I'm in IntelliJ. I'm going to create a new project, and I'm just going to call this object example. And just to make life a little bit easier, I'm just going to click add sample code so it'll create my Java class for me. And we're going to create. And here we go. Okay, so here's my sample code. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit here, just so I got something fresh to work with. Take out that loop. And this is what I want to start with. So this is the new version of Java. So I'm using Java 25 right now, and our main method looks like this. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create an object. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, first of all, what's called a class. So there is a relationship between what's called a class and an object. I'm going to make the class first, and then I'll sort of explain it as I go here. So under source, I'm going to go to new Java class. Okay, and I'm going to call it wizard. Okay, and the code just says public class wizard. Now inside of the wizard, what I'm going to do is I want to think about, if I was making a game, for example, what would my wizard need to have? Like what information would be important? I think it would need a name for sure. So let's create a string called name. Oh, gotta close that. Let's create a wisdom variable. So we're going to go int wisdom. And maybe we're having age as well. And then I'll do a double as well. Maybe I could just say double experience. Something like that, right? So I'm imagining, maybe it's a text-based game, but I'm going to have a wizard there. They're going to have a name, a wisdom, an age, and some experience. Right now, this is a completed class. So a class, the way you have to think of a class is it's like a template. So right now, I've created a template for a wizard. So every wizard I'm going to make is going to have a name. It's going to have a wisdom and age. Both those are going to be integers. And it's going to have an experience. Maybe I'll just shorten this to EXP. Still shorten it down a bit. So this will be experience. It's going to be a double, so it can have decimals. So now this is a template. This is not an object. Now, how would I use that in my main? So let's go back to our main class. And we could do something like this. So wizard, and I'll give it a name. I'll call it like W1 equals new wizard, bracket, bracket. Okay, what that line did is it created what's called an instance of the wizard class. So this is my template right here. Right now, this is sort of floating in memory. It's a template. It's not really doing anything. When I run this line, though, line 2, that says wizard w1 equals new wizard, bracket, bracket, what that's doing is it's allocating memory in my computer, and it's actually creating like a copy or an instance of the wizard. So now it's real. I can actually manipulate this wizard. So I can say things like w1.age equals, I don't know, maybe this wizard 90 years old, w1 dot, and there's code completion, so we can look and see what variables are in here. So w1.name equals, we'll just say it's the greatest wizard of them all, Gandalf. Okay, and then we'll go w1 dot, we got to fill in their experience. We'll put 150.2, I don't know, I'm just making something up. And w1 dot wisdom, this has to be an integer, equals 999. Okay, so on line 2, like I said, what I did was I created the wizard. The wizard's variable name is W1. That may not be the greatest variable name, but that is the name of the wizard that I'm using in my code. It's not their actual name, right? Their actual name is Gandalf, but as far as code goes, that wizard is going to be referred to as W1. Now, if you want to go and like print it, for example, let's say you want to print that to the user, you could say io.println, and you could say something like this, w1.name. Okay. If I were to run this, this should say Gandalf on the screen. And it did. It said Gandalf right here. Okay. Let's go print out the rest of this stuff. So io.println, w1.age, if you can print out its age variable, io.println, w1.experience, and then io.println, w1.wisdom. Okay, so let's just make sure that actually works. If I run it, it should work. And we see all this. Okay, now before I go and do some edits on my class, there's more things I want to show you, but this is the most simplest way you can make a class and an object. So this class right now, the wizard class, is very, very, very basic. It's very crude. Right now, it has a class name of wizard, and it's got 4 variables which are public. This is not necessarily ideal in every scenario. Okay, what we want to do is make these things private, and we're going to add constructors, and we also want to add like a print mechanism. Well, I'm going to show you all that in the video as well. But for now, that is basically it. That is creating an object called W1. Okay, that object is of type wizard, and I've set the variables of my wizard to be these 4, and I printed them out. And they're on the screen right here. Now, like I said, right now, this is the most dumbed down way of making an object. We can definitely improve this. So let's start by adding a constructor. That's probably the most important thing we can do with this. So a constructor, what that is it's going to be a method that we use to assign all the variables. This is a pain having to do this, right? Like I'm setting each variable one at a time in my main method here, okay? What if my class or my object is going to have like 10 variables? So I'm going to have to run 10 different lines. That's not the most ideal scenario. So what we can do is create a constructor. So let me show what that looks like. A constructor, they're always going to have the same sort of structure. It's always public and then the class name. So public wizard. The first one I'll show you is called the default constructor. Okay, so this is the default constructor. The default constructor always has nothing in the brackets right here. There's no input variables. And what we do with this is we just give everything sort of dummy or default values. So I could just say something like name equals unknown, maybe age equals 0, wisdom, oh, I can't even spell today, equals 0, and exp equals 0. So we'll just give all these things like dummy default values. Okay, now I'm going to make another constructor here. So I'm going to make one called public wizard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these variables in my brackets, but I'm going to change them up slightly. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to say string underscore name, and then int underscore wisdom, and then comma int underscore age, and then comma double underscore exp. You can name these whatever you want, okay? But my advice is to name it something similar to the variable that's in your class, but not exactly the same. So you could have just called this string n, for example, and int w. That would have been fine too. Doesn't really matter. Just I would not call it name itself, okay? Now, what's the code in this constructor going to look like? We're going to say is name equals underscore name. So we're going to set this name variable to whatever this is that comes into the brackets, okay? Essentially, we're going to pass in the information. And I'll show you how this works. So let's do the rest of them first. So wisdom equals underscore wisdom. And then age equals underscore age. And then exp equals underscore exp. All right, so I've got 2 different constructors. I'm going to show you how they both work. So my first one, let's get rid of that code. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to create W1. It's going to be a new wizard bracket. Because there's nothing in this bracket right here, what should happen is Java's going to look into the wizard code. It's going to find the wizard with bracket, which is this one, and it should run this code. So that name should be unknown, the age is 0, wisdom 0, and exp is 0. Let's run it and let's verify that actually works. And it did. It ran the default constructor right here. Okay. Now, let's make a second wizard. So we're going to go wizard W2 is going to be a new wizard. And inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to send in some information. Now, it's kind of giving me the hints right here. So the first thing has to be a name. So we'll say it's Solomon. I'm spelling that wrong. I'm sure of it. I think that's a U there, but that's okay. Solomon. The next thing, it has to be Solomon's wisdom. We'll say Solomon's got a wisdom of 80. Next is age. We'll say Solomon's 150 years old. And the experience, 95.3. All right. So this has now created a second wizard, and the second wizard has these properties. The name is Saruman, the wisdom is 80, the age is 150, and the experience is 95.3. And I apologize to all the Lord of the Rings fans. I know I spelled that wrong. I'm just not the greatest speller. Now, let's go ahead and print everything out. Let's make sure this works. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it down here, and change these to W2s. Just to make sure that Wizard 2 gets printed. And I'm just going to just put in a bunch of dashes here just to separate them. Okay, let's run it. Make sure Saruman comes out. And it looks like it did. So we got our unknown wizard. That's the first one. And we got Saruman is wizard number 2. Okay. So that's basically it for making objects. Obviously, there's a lot more. I mean, I could talk probably for an hour. But just to keep things simple, I want to just end the video here. There's definitely more on my YouTube channel if you want to see more about constructors and more about gets and sets and making private variables and all that. But I want to keep it kind of simple. So making objects is really simple. What you do first is you design a class. You're going to give your class some properties, which are these variables here, and maybe a couple of constructors. And then in your main, what you're going to do is you're going to create a new instance of that class. And when you create a new instance of the class, what you're doing is you're assigning memory in Java. So Java is assigning memory, and it's allocating memory for this instance of a class. So an object, what it is it's an instance of a class. And this quick example, like I said, I made 2 different wizards here, and I printed them on the screen, which is pretty neat. Now, when you think about like a wizard, that's kind of like a noun or a thing that we can sort of imagine in our heads, right? When you get to more complex code, you're going to realize that even the more complex stuff is still classes and objects. So for example, if I went string name equals Rosan, okay, that's a pretty easy line of code in Java, right? That's actually doing the same thing. So there's a class in Java called string. It's just like the wizard class, except a little bit more complicated, right? Its instance name that I made is called name, just like I made W1 here, right? So this is creating an object as well. Okay, so strings are classes too, and there's properties built into strings, there's methods built into strings, there's all kinds of things, exactly like the wizard. So in my example, I used a simple sort of example that most people would understand what a wizard is, but when you get real technical in Java, it's still the same thing. Classes and objects is the same sort of relationship. So you design a class first, and then after that, you create instances of them using code that looks something like this. Okay? So if you like this video and it helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up. Write a comment down below if there's something that you want me to explore further, or if you have questions. I'm trying to create more content for my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'd always like to hear from my viewers. So if there's anything that you want to see, or you want a video of something coming up, please let me know, and we'll see you in the next one.